All right. Welcome everyone. Good evening, wherever you're joining us from Nigeria, from outside Nigeria. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And thank you for joining us on today's episode of I've Got Cancer, So What? Okay, I'm trying to get to my flourishing flora mood. I think the stress of today is getting on me. But yes, let's see how today goes. How is everyone doing? Please share in the chat. How was your day? Where are you joining us from? Thank you for joining. How was the day? Any highlights of today? Please share in the chat while we wait for other people to join. I am Flora Gaptoni, and I'm so excited to have you all join us again this evening for another exciting episode of Our God's Cancer, So What? I'm supposed to smile and laugh all through today because we are talking about laughter and about finding joy through whatever you're going through. And like I posted on my status, it's not all about cancer. I would always say to people, everyone has a bit of cancer going on in their lives. Mine could be cancer of the body, yours could be cancer of the pocket, of the job, of anything. So if any is cancer is all about the abnormality of the body. So if there's any abnormality in the body or in your lifestyle, we can call it a little bit of cancerous because it's making you not to function very well. So today's show is all about everyone. How do I go through life experiences, go through Nigeria? Because these days people jokingly say Nigeria is happening to us. But how do we go through all these things and still remain sane and laugh through them? And I'm happy I'm sharing this episode with someone who said something that inspired me. And every day I remember that thing she shared during our survivors hangout. I held on to it. And so she said something about, if cancer cannot take away my laughter, it will not kill me. And that's a powerful statement about, I'm going to laugh through it all. I'm going to be happy going through this journey. It will not take away my joy. It will not take away my happiness. Like I mentioned, today is our 13th episode. We are now old. We just started a few months ago and we already have 13th episode, excluding the survivors hangout that we had, I think last month. Yes, we had survivors hangout last month where we brought in loads of our survivors and celebrated them. And today we are just going a bit up to say, yes, I'm going through cancer. Yes, but I still have to have a way to go through it and be happy. So thank you everyone for joining. It's quite an amazing journey with you. I could see someone sharing, Emmanuel Samani joining from Ogun State. Please, if you can share in the chat where you're joining from, that will be fine. And also share how your day was as we plan to start. Okay. Like I mentioned, last month, we took a break from the I've Got Cancer to celebrate our amazing survivors. And it's just like our first survivor hangout, loads of turnout, amazing. But we are planning something more like grand to celebrate our survival. You get to know about that later. It's all about following through on our social media platform. You will learn to see how this month is also, month of June is called Survivors Month. But we did our own in May. Well, subsequently we'll move it to June. But then we're also planning another kind of survivors hangout. If you missed the one of last month, please, we'll put this in the chat. You can go to our YouTube channel or click in the link there and go and watch it. It's all about motivating us to stay through. And I don't know how every one of us is going through this journey. I'm fighting my own, but at the same time, I'm fighting through others. Because every other day somebody is reaching out. I saw your number online. I saw this one. And hey, it can be overwhelming, especially when you've known that person fighting together and the person gives up. It's sometimes it's overwhelming, but I'm taking it one day at a time. Like I mentioned, my name is Flora Gaptoni. You can call me Flourishing Flora, and it's been an amazing journey hosting this um, since about 5 months now. And every day comes with its excitement. Some days are good with all the laughter, but other days comes with emotion and tears. But today we are going to laugh through it all, and I promise you that. Um, One of the things that we do at Flourish Cancer Wellbeing Initiative is to talk about cancer well-being, both as it relates to patients, survivors, and caregivers. And we also share resources on our social media platform. So in case you're bored or you want to learn more about some of the things we are sharing, please go through our social media. The link will be in the chat. As time and resources permit us, we've also provided medical interventions and emotional support to our cancer patients. But then it's something that we do if we have the funds. The initiative is set to encourage and motivate people to go through life journey, but also some people come with some financial challenges, and we've raised funds to support them. Please, if you want to support the initiative, reach out to any of us via the link, and just support. There are lots of people who are going through this cancer who cannot help themselves. Any amount could go a long way. I have this case I'm thinking about from Kaduna. I don't know how to deal with it because it's just this lady, this small 20-year-old, and her mother has just been diagnosed. So if you can support us to just help her, in fact, they've not been able to get an oncologist to take care, only the CT scan and everything, which she used her savings to do. She's a single mom. Please, if you can support, that would be very, very great. I'll be very grateful so that we can support her. Also, finally, before we start, we are developing a project that we are going to talk about soon. And that project will be how to get match patients and the survivors. We've realized that there's a lot of hand-holding that needs to happen with helping cancer warriors. And I can't do that alone because sometimes it could be overwhelming. I know some people, they will send me their result, they will do this one, they will talk to me, and some days I will say I'll call back, I wouldn't call back. So we are building a project that would help us, all the survivors. We are also creating a survivor community. Please, if you want to join the survivors community, you can drop your name or your email in the chat or your phone number. We'll reach out to you. There's criteria for you to be part of the survivors community. And for survivors, if you're willing, we can pair you with a patient, somebody still going through treatment, and we'll share with you some of the things that you need to, support this person with, not financially, but just being a backbone that will help this person. It could even be to go to movies together. It could be, supporting the person to go to the hospital, or maybe just singing and laughing with this person. It's all about the way to support cancer warriors. There are lots of things that needs to be done, and we cannot do it alone. So I'm seeking support from every member of the community, survivor community, to be part of this. And the survivor community can also have some people, well-wishers, who are not really going through cancer, but then who wants to support the work we do. And please, as much as possible, please come. Finally, remember to join our social media platforms. You get all the gist, everything that we will do on those platforms. The team, they work every day to upload content, also information on what we do. Our YouTube channel has all the past episodes. You can go there and watch them and motivate yourself. And for this call, you can invite as many people as possible. Like I said, it's not just for cancer people. Life happens to everyone, and there are other people, they don't have cancer, but they also have chronic diseases. Please invite them on the show so that we'll have more people. The more people we have, the more we spread the news. And if there are anywhere especially like church, schools, organizations that you want us to come and talk about well-being and cancer journey, lifestyle changes, things that make you think beyond your cancer, please reach out to us via social media. We'll create time to be there. That's why we created this Flourish Cancer Wellbeing Initiative. All right, enough of all the Flora, Flourish, and all that. Let's kickstart the show today. Thank you, everyone, for joining once again. All right, like I mentioned, today is our 13th episode, and with us today is an ever smiling and laughing breast cancer survivor. I don't know, maybe we should call her Madam Laughter because she's always laughing about something. And she will tell us about how she came about thinking through cancer, laughing through it, and saying, if cancer cannot take away my laughter, it will not kill me. And that's profound, because what we say and what we think through our journey makes a lot of difference in our journey. She is a gallant officer of the Nigerian Immigration Service, a two-time breast cancer survivor, and you will hear her story. Imagine like you being diagnosed and then you don't have to tell any other person because there is someone else, her mother, who she's also caring for at the time, but she will tell us all about that. And please, everyone, thank you for joining, and please help me to welcome Mrs. Theodora Nwosu-Zitta on the show. Hello, ma'am. How are you today?
Hello, good evening. I'm doing well.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I can see your teeth as always, and welcome. Welcome today and always. All right, let's meet you. Please start by introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about your cancer diagnosis, and then we can take it from there.
Okay, my name is Theodora Nwosu-Zitta from Imo State, but married from Plateau State. Sometime in 2010, my mom had to go through cancer treatment. So when she had her surgery, I was with her at ABU Teaching Hospital, Zaria. Now, I remembered I always had a lump in my breast, but my mom was not educated. When I told her about the lump, she told me that no, it was because I'm not married, I've not breastfed the baby. That was why. So my period growing up, I always had it in my mind that it was because I've not breastfed a baby. So while staying with her in the hospital, I joined the doctors one day for a seminar. And in that seminar, I learned that not all lump is cancerous, but every cancer starts with a lump. So I just cornered one of the doctors. I told him that I had a lump and it has been there for a long time. So he said, okay, that I should come in for a test. I went in, they did the biopsy, they did test. The one they used the syringe to take it out. And the test shows that it was only a lump. No, it's not cancerous. So I went in for biopsy. So I will never forget that day. That was December 23rd, 2010. I took my mom for chemotherapy. And while she was having chemo, I went in for the biopsy. They removed the biopsy. So I thought everything was okay. January 2011, to God be the glory, I got immigration job. And I was in the training school in April when I got a call from Zaria. They were just insisting that I should try and come, I should come, I should come. I asked them what happened. They said, no, I should come. So I took permission, flew into Abuja, left for Zaria. When I got there, they now told me that what they biopsied, that they took it for test, and it shows that it's cancer, stage 2. I said, okay. I came back, left, I sealed it. I didn't tell anybody because my mom was going through cancer. Everybody is there being a caregiver around. So coming to tell them this will really break their heart. And I have siblings. So I left for training school. While in training school, I noticed that after like some months, I noticed that my breast became very, very strong. As if it was a stone, you know. But then, being that I knew what they told me, I just kept quiet. Did my training, passed out in September, and did not tell a soul. When I came back, I now went to Zaria, but they told me that okay, I need to go for surgery, I need to do all this, but then I will need to come with someone that will take care of me. it wasn't easy for me to pull one of my younger ones to Zaria. So I asked for a referral. They moved my treatment to Abuja, and that was how I started my treatment. Had my surgery 24th of October 2011. By November, I started chemotherapy. Then by February, I joined radiotherapy to it, and that was how I had my treatment. And funny enough, in 2012 or 2013, my immediate younger sister got sick, and they said it was cancer. So my mom was going through cancer, my sister was going through cancer, I was going through cancer. But the good thing about it was, even for a day, I did not lie down to say I was sick or something. So it's just that, yes, I knew I had cancer, but there was no sign of being sick or nothing. So I was doing all that thing privately, just my two younger sisters that knew. My mom didn't know because we didn't want to make her start thinking she was going through her own, my younger sister. So everything was sealed. And that was how we continued. I finished my chemotherapy, finished my radiotherapy, and I was good. Not until 2016. Okay, my immediate younger sister died 2015. Yesterday was actually 9 years we buried her. 2016, 1 year, 6 months later, my mom passed. 2016 November. And while we were planning for burial, I noticed that I had another lump here. So I went back to the hospital, and instead of me getting a good news that at least I'm free from cancer, I got another bad news that cancer was back. And I needed to go for another biopsy and everything. So I couldn't do that because I was preparing for burial. So I suspended everything, went in, buried my mom, came back, now they did the biopsy, and they said it's cancer again. So I started another radiotherapy, and another chemotherapy. It's been on like that, and I've been good so far. Then 2 years ago, I went for checkup. They sent me for bone scan and CT scan. CT scan shows that they are seeing something in my bones. That it's as if the cancer has entered my bone. At that time, I knew that no, I cannot just accept that. I began to reject it spiritually by using my mouth to counter whatever they are saying. Opted for PET scan. Then the one in Lagos wasn't working, so I had to leave for Egypt. I went to Egypt in November. When I did the PET scan, instead of coming back with the results, I thought to seek a second opinion. At least let me see a doctor coming back. So I went to see a professor of oncology. He now interpreted the result, now told me that it's not as if the cancer came back, but that the drugs I'm taking, the hormonal drug I'm taking, has affected my bones. That was when I remembered that in my group, I know of two ladies who all of a sudden started using walking stick. And when I asked them, they say it's as a result of side effects. For this side effect, I'm taking the same drug. I am not on a walking stick. So they now placed me on another injection that I'm supposed to be taking 6 months. So I started in Egypt. I came back. So that gave me hope that at least it wasn't cancer. It's just a side effect of the hormonal drug. Last year too, December, I went to Lagos. I had another PET scan. This time around, the PET scan said I am good and okay, no cancer. So that has been my journey so far. Cancer came, but somehow I did not allow it to hit me down. If cancer was a human being, I would have said we fought, we gave each other blow, and I came out the top. Truly, I gave up. For one day, I never cried. I did not ask myself, why me? Why me? Because I always have this in my mind. If not you, then who? Cancer is not meant for a particular set of people. It can happen to anybody. It happened to my sister, it happened to my mom, and both of them are gone. So I knew that I had to be strong for my siblings. I have to be strong for my own family. And that was it. I did not allow it to take my smile, because it was after my the second reoccurrence that people started knowing that I went through cancer. That's why they be seeing me doing everything I do in the office, running up and down, going for gym. That was when they knew that I was going through cancer, because I didn't tell anybody. I was strong all through. God helped me through. I didn't cry, I didn't fall sick, I didn't break down, except for the side effects of chemotherapy. And I came out strong. At least I dealt with cancer. I became the
Yes.
Undertaker. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for
I
sharing.
became
Yes,
the Hulk Hogan.
yes,
I knocked it down. Yes.
yes, you
So
dealt
thank you
with
for
cancer and
listening.
you became an undertaker. So I'm pleased to learn this. So grateful. Thank you so much for sharing. And I don't know where you get your strength from, especially the fact that you lost your mom and also lost your sister on this journey, all of them through cancer, but you're still here smiling. That's to show that there's so much of zeal and happiness, of resilience in you. Well done. I'm rooting for you. Thank you so much for sharing. I just want to follow up with where you are now, just before we get into all the details. But currently, with the issue you mentioned around the drug affecting your bones, how are you feeling now? What's the status of your health? Do you feel better? Do you feel okay? What's happening? Thank you for sharing.
Okay, right now I am okay. I feel better. I knew that all that period, at a point, I cannot bend because of my bone. But right now, at least I can bend down, not really down, but to some extent I can go down. And I took my fourth dose in May, because it's 6 months. I have 2 more to go. And I know that before that to finishes, I'll be able to be able to bend down very well. The bone density shows that I am doing well. My bone is doing well. The calcium test shows that it's doing well. So everything around me is doing well. Truly, I'm good.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank God you are good. Okay, I can see some hands up, but before we get to them, I want us to talk about what you said about if cancer cannot take away your happiness, your laughter mainly, it will not kill you. What made you say that? Well, like, if you want to share it in the context of supporting other people, like everyone listening to you, it's so inspirational to hear from you. But then why did you say that if cancer cannot take away your joy, your laughter, it will not kill you?
Okay, when I was going through chemotherapy the first time, that was in 2012, doing chemotherapy with radiotherapy. There's this lady, her name was Mary. Yeah, so rest in peace. She passed afterwards. So we are doing it together. And when we come for radiation, there is this particular woman that will always come and tell us hallelujah diet. And jokingly, I will say, me, I'm doing praise the Lord diet. And everybody will be, what is praise the Lord diet? I'll say, no, that me, I will not allow myself to die miserable. If cancer will kill me, before he kills me, he will have hunchback. You know, they will laugh. And then when we come for treatment, I will talk, everybody will laugh. Most times the Metro Lawa, may God bless her, she will always say, you, everybody will be here sober. You will always be cracking joke. So joke killing. I say, Metro, forget to. This cancer no fit take my smile. I'm a happy woman. This cancer no fit take my laughter. And that was just that. So I realized that in saying that, every day it now gives me a reason to laugh. When I remember that I already said cancer cannot take my laughter, it gives me a reason to laugh. So at every point in time, whenever I get to anywhere there's cancer patient, I will do something to crack them up. By the time I'm finished, somebody will now come, oh, thank you. If not that you say this, I am feeling much better. At least I can laugh. One actually told me one time that for the past 4 months or 5 months, she has not laughed until that day she met me. So most I collected her number. Most times she will flash me. I will call her. She'll be crying. I will say something. She will laugh, and I'll tell her that is just why I called, just to make you laugh. So if that was when it became part of me that if cancer cannot take my laughter, it will be difficult for you to kill me. Truly, it will be difficult for cancer to kill me, because I realized that before cancer kills you, it will first of all take away your laughter, give you bitterness. You will be secluded. Every other person, you'll be angry with every other person because you feel they are healthy, you are not. And gradually you will go, no, 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 I will not allow that. It will not make me bitter. No, I am not bitter. It's not like I don't get angry. I get angry, but if you do with me, I will eat you at that point, tell you my own, and I will, once I finish, I'll come back and I'll be happy. In fact, 10 minutes after, I will come back and be talking to you. I will even forget that I was angry with you. So I try to do that just to give myself some peace, because when I was with my mom in Zaria, there is this professor. He comes to check my mom. That was her doctor. And the man will always say something. He would tell my mother, Madam, not the vessel, because my mom, as I told you, she's not educated. So he would just say, Madam, not the vessel. Cancer, bitterness multiplies cancer cells. So make you try to laugh. That was even before I knew I had cancer. So I always know that bitterness multiplies cancer cells. So I cannot be bitter and die, while you that I'm bitter over, you'll be alive. Mbano now. One must go down, and definitely not me. Thank you.
I like the mbanu now. One must go. In fact, you're making me laugh as well. And then I like that. I like you said, if cancer will kill me first, it will have hunchback.
Hunchback, so, yes, of course, because he would have really.
You have really dealt with it. Thank you so much for sharing. It's so amazing how we internally deal with things that come to us as humans. And it's true, you said bitterness multiplies cancer. And it's not just cancer. Every disease that you're going through, even life itself, when you are bitter about it, it takes away your joy, and that's what kills faster. Please, thank you so much for sharing. And for those still just joining us, is the 13th episode of I've Got Cancer, and we have Madam Laughter on this hot seat, sharing how she's dealing with cancer journey, laughing through it all. And please, if you have any question for her, for me, for any other person, share in the chat. If you want to unmute yourself and speak, you raise your hand, I will call you. It's just, there's no script here. We just share and just encourage one another to go through this journey. I can see a hand up called Embrace Life. Please, if you can unmute and share, that will be fine while I prepare other questions for.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, good evening. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear
you. Can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, so good evening. Like, Madam Laughter, congratulations,
Thank you.
My name is Ethel Olomo of Grace Life Foundation. I'm a stage 4 breast cancer survivor. By the grace of God, 14 years and counting. So you see, like your story, I used to think that my story is inspiring, but to see you're the real hero. I'm so sorry you lost your mom and your sister and you didn't give up. That's a fighter. And me, by the grace of God, I'm a fighter. Somebody called me yesterday. I was encouraging her. She told me she doesn't talk to people again. She blocked herself up, that, just because of cancer. And one thing I always tell people, see, when cancer comes, it's not the time to start blaming yourself, faulting yourself, telling yourself, maybe reminding God why God hates you or that. First of all, I tell them, you did not do anything to have cancer. So blaming yourself will not help you. It has come, is what next? And when you're asking that what next, not with bitterness, not fighting the whole world, not, because I receive a lot of messages and like, oh, I'm not talking to anybody again. I'm not coming out again. I'm just by myself. And I tell them, no, you need people, and especially people that bring you positive vibes. It has come, it
Exactly.
has come. Being bitter will worsen your case. It won't help you. I was telling her, I said, need to come out. If you can work, go to church, go to activities, do things that makes you happy. You not going to your shop again, locking yourself up from the whole world. It won't help you. It will not help you. You're not the first to have cancer. Like, people will ask me, why is my finger black? I said, tell them you're battling cancer, you're treating cancer. Nobody will fault you for that. He said, no, people will mock her. I said, the person mocking you does not know what tomorrow holds. Because cancer can happen to anybody. Cancer is one sickness that does not know class. It doesn't know age. It doesn't know whether you're rich or poor. It can knock at anybody's door at any time. And moreover, this one, they say hereditary and no hereditary. As far as I'm concerned, that is like 1%. Because I had it, I'm the first in my community, I'm the first to have it, and nobody has ever had it since 14 years. So don't even come and preach that hereditary for me. So Mrs. Flourishing, thank you so much for what you're doing. I'm happy that, survivors are speaking up, because this is what I've been fighting for years, because whenever please, I don't want anybody to know I went through cancer. I'm just hiding myself. Or I'm not you that has spoken. Please, we need to come out. Our voice needs to be heard. Even when they are making policies, we need to be there, because you can't be making policies for things you don't have experience about. We need to speak up, be part of all those policy making, be part of all the things they are doing, because you can't be saying things, just giving rules, the ABC for things you know nothing. It's we that have gone through it that will tell them, at least our voice should be added to their voice too, and say, okay, it can be done like this, it can be done like this. So thank you so much. Congratulations. In fact, cancer affliction will not arise a second time. I'm happy you're doing your medication, Madam Laugh. I'm really happy that you're really like, on it, taking your medication and everything, because also with survivors, the problem we have is going to check, because immediately that first time they tell you cancer have gone, a lot of them are like, it's not my portion again, it's not coming back, and they don't go back for checkup. They just give up, like, please, I beg, if they come, make it come. If I'm dying, make I just die rest. No, you don't give up. Remember to go for your routine check. Remember to do the things you need to do to help you. Your medication, you need to take it. Live healthy, exercise, and anything that makes you happy. Make yourself happy and do the things that makes you happy. So thank you so much for this. This is my first time of joining your video and your program. So like, it's really, really interesting. Thank you and well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution, and thank you for the encouragement. Yes, we just have to find a way to bring cancer warriors, cancer survivors out to talk. One thing I believe is, if we have too many of us talking, those people who are just being diagnosed, we have faith, will know that, oh, there are 23-year survivors, there are 25-year survivors, there are 10 5-year survivors, and that will motivate them to really, really get through life and hold on to their faith, knowing that other people had gone through. So that's why we are bringing people together to come and share. I'm looking forward to us having another survivors hangout, where people just come and have fun, because it's not easy to go through cancer. I know that we are saying it, like, be this, be that. Some days are so gloomy, but if we have all know that people are here, people who have gone through life and they are excited, you can go through your own feeling supported, knowing that one day you will just be part of those who would say, oh, I'm cancer free, and that would make a lot of difference. All right, thank you so much for sharing. There's something I really want you to share a bit, Mrs. Theodora. It's about, you said something that your mom, when you were growing up, or maybe when you realized that you have cancer on your breasts, you had lump, but then your mom said something about, oh, it's because you've not breastfed, it's because you've not married, you've not, because And then I remember when we were talking, you said, how did I even believe my mother who is uneducated and then myself who is educated? I just feel like you just share that with everybody in terms of some of the superstitious belief that we have around what happens to us. You say, oh, they said, without going to actually have proper diagnosis. If you can share more on that and your experience with your mom concerning your the lump in your breast being about you not getting, and as I'm drawing that, I just remembered something that I heard few days not few days ago, about some weeks, about men being excited that a test, no, it's not a test, I think it's research that is saying that the more there's a way they put it about women breasts, if they are not being fondled and some other things, that's when you get cancer. There's so much around that, but I saw it
exactly.
in
My husband sent it to me immediately he saw it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I think the first time I noticed I had a lump on my breast should be like year 2000. I think it was 2000. And I was just saying, and even that time I was working, no, I told my mom, no, every woman had lump except when they breastfed, that what. So truly I believed. I never spoke to anybody about it. I didn't even do research. So it just boiled down to how much we trust our parents. Whatever our parents say, we hold on to it, whether they know it or not, whether they talk out of ignorance or not. But I held on to that. And if I'm dating, I touched my breast, I feel that lump, I will still tell myself, no, when I start giving birth, the thing will disappear. Disappear. I never checked, not until I went to the went for that seminar. So the truth is, most times, even when you think you're educated, should I say, we hold on to the things we want to hear or something. I remembered one time I went for my normal checkup in the hospital, National Hospital. And usually every morning before we see the doctors, the matrons will come to us, tell this particular lady that came. She now called me aside to tell me that she's not even married. You can imagine. It's a boyfriend. That her boyfriend says she should not cut her breast. She now said if she cut her breast, she's going to lose the guy. I just felt like slapping the girl. Okay, I didn't want to say this online, but it's not I mean, we don't see everything. When I was going through cancer treatment, I was going through divorce as well. I was going through divorce. I finished my cancer treatment. Before I finished the cancer treatment, I had my divorce. So I was a divorced woman. So that first time I went through cancer treatment, it was just my sister, because my sister was staying with me then. It was just my sister. I will have chemo, come back, the side effect, I'll be rolling on the floor. My sister will be the one that will bathe me in the morning, bring everything close to me before going to work. Nobody. There was no other emotional attachment that you say someone is there telling you sorry, petting you. I didn't feel like that. Maybe that was why I had to stand up to fight for myself. But in that process, I met my current husband and we got married. We got married less than 2 years when the cancer came back. So this time around, I now know what is meant to say the love of a husband. He goes with me where we live just to meet up with a national hospital appointment. I leave my house sometimes 4:30, 5 o'clock to national hospital just to at least get number one place to see the doctor and go to the office without my work suffering. And in that thing, my husband always goes with me. He wakes up in the morning, we go together, we will stay, finish seeing the doctor, he'll bring me back. And so when the girl said that, I looked at that girl, I said, so because of a man that is not even married to you, you want to die like a chicken. I said, do you know that if you die, this same man that is not married to you will come looking for someone like me to marry. I said, look at me, I'm looking beautiful with this cancer stress. I'm still looking this pretty. Your husband will come and marry me. And he will tell you that it's God that tells him that you are the wife. I said, so why would you want to kill yourself? Because of ordinary boyfriend, not even husband. I was so mad with her that day. But you know, after I finished talking with her, she went in to get treatment. But after sometimes we lost contact. I don't even know her whereabouts. Is she still alive? Did anything happen? I don't know. So that is the most times we hold on to some superstitious belief. I remember that when my mom was in the hospital, there was a woman too they brought in practically like half dead. What happened when they told her she had cancer? Instead of her to start treatment, this woman went to church and started living in church. Now, please, I am not saying that God cannot heal us. No, God is able to heal when he decides to heal. But the point is, we should not make God look like a stupid man. We should not make God look stupid. God, the Bible said he made some people pastors, he made some people this, he made some people doctors. So even the doctors, they got it from God. Let them do their part. Then you trust God for his supernatural healing. They cannot tell you have cancer. You will live where you are supposed to go for treatment. You go and live somewhere. Okay, after living in church, by the time she knows that she was like stage 4, in like practically half dead, they now brought her. So you brought her, what do you want the doctors to do? Right under our nose there, in that ward, she died. Her bed is close to my mom's bed. She died. So you don't just take God for granted. Do what you need to do and allow him to do his own part. Allow him to do his own part. I read this book, Rescue from Destruction. Bishop Oyedebo's wife said something. She said, ignorance is not an excuse. So you should always make it as a point of duty to go to the hospital, check out yourself, do treatment, and then trust God for healing. But not that when they even tell you, you just go and start living in the church. Okay, you are living in church. What did you do? Nothing. Because they told you that cancer is a demonic something, is evil spirit, somebody from your family is chasing after you. Nobody is chasing after me. The thing just came, nobody brought it. And I never believed that. Even when my sister passed, my mom passed, I never thought that anybody was the cause of it. I just took it that it was, Hausa people would call it kadara. It just happened. It's kadara, yes. It just happened. So let's try to, from my own story, I know that now when somebody tells me something, I go to check, Google it, make some inquiry, and not just so, though my mom said it's because I didn't breastfeed the child, and that was there. And I'm sure if I had gone to the hospital when I first noticed it, they would have removed the lump and I would have been free. But because I did not do that, it stayed a long time. It now became cancerous in the process. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. I just feel so motivated and inspired just listening to you sharing all this. Thank you so much. We have a hand up. Patience Sumo, if you can unmute yourself and speak, time is fast. Okay, we'll still have people 10.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good
Welcome.
evening.
Yes, I'm new. I just got the link, and I was diagnosed last year March. Came out free this year February, so a year free from cancer. I want to ask a question. Mama Laughter said that she had a reoccurrence, and I want to know, was it on the same spot where she did her mastectomy, or it was on the other side of the breast? Because I'm on what do you call it? I've forgotten these drugs. Tamoxifen. I'm on
Tamoxifen.
tamoxifen, and I noticed that I grow. I'm getting fatter. I sweat a lot at night. I sometimes I don't sleep at night, and I have sometimes joint pains. And I'm wondering because they told me I can eat anything, so I started eating rice, gari. I was just eating, although no sugar. Like I don't take refined sugar, but I eat every other thing. But for like 3 days now, or call it 4 days, I stopped eating rice and gari, and I noticed that I started dropping down in my weight. Does it mean rice is not too cool? I don't know. I just want to know what it is.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, patient. I think I will answer that. Now, this on this right breast was where I had the mastectomy, and when I had reoccurrence, it came out here at the shoulder. So
Ma, please, how did you like? Was it like a
that
lump?
was where it came back. That is one. Two. After that, yes, I just, after the cancer, I started checking myself. I check myself always. So whenever I stay, I will be pressing just to be sure I don't want to be carried away or um, just get caught. So it was in the checking I saw this lump here. I went to the doctor. The doctor said I should give it some time and check. And after some time, I noticed that it started growing wider, a kind of. Then I went back. That was when we did the biopsy. That is one. Two, after that, my first cancer treatment, I was on tamoxifen. I took the tamoxifen for 5 years. So when I had that reoccurrence was when they not changed my drug to Femara, Femara, because they felt if the tamoxifen was good on me, I wouldn't have had that reoccurrence. So they not changed it to Femara. That's what I'm on. And thirdly, just like you, I sweat, and that sweat started since I finished chemotherapy. I can just stay like this, and I will start sweating as if they poured water on me. After sometimes, it will dry up. Even I'm under the AC, I must have fans stationed in front of me because of sweat. I sweat a lot. But if all this your joint pain and everything, my sister, what I will tell you is to go to the hospital. Now, when you finish treatment, they tell you that you're cancer free. You shouldn't relax. Always go to the hospital. Sometimes they will give you 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. Respect that appointment. Go. Why did I say that? My mom, when she had her own and they told her she was cancer free, my mom relaxed. But she never missed her appointment. She goes to Zaria every 3 months, every 6 months. What I noticed was in Zaria, they were not doing anything to her. They were only doing facial assessment. If she get there and see the doctor will look at her. Ah, mama, you are doing very well. Ah, mama, see as you fine. Okay, go, come back after 6 months. She will return back to Abuja. After 6 months, my mom will go. They will still use facial assessment, not knowing that at this point, the cancer has started coming back. They didn't know until when she started having problem walking. We now took her, they now told us that it was cancer. And by then, it has eaten all over her in 5 years because of facial assessment. So please always go for your appointment so that little test they run, they will be able to notice when something is coming up. I guess I will strongly believe that I survived because everything was detected early. I never allowed it to stay for a longer time. So if you are going to the hospital to do your checkup, they should be able to find out when something is wrong. But when you stay at home and say you have been declared cancer free, when it will come back, it will not come knocking, knock, who is there? Yes, it's me, Mr. Cancer. I want to come and visit you. No, it doesn't happen that way. And the last one about the feeding. The truth is, we eat in moderation. Because I have seen a woman in my office who they told that she had cancer, and they told her that if she can just be on carrot juice for 3 months, cancer will clear. This woman went on carrot juice for 3 months. We noticed that she was growing lean, And I'll ask her, Onyinye, are you okay? She will say she's okay, not knowing that she went to start living on carrot juice for 3 months. Before you know it, it spread. Before you know it, they couldn't control it, she died. So please, yes, you will do dieting. Yes, you will avoid some certain things, but you eat in moderation. You need energy. So you can't just say you are stopping rice, you are stopping this, you are stopping this, you are stopping this. All this food, there are still little things that we gain from those things. I'm not a dietitian, neither am I a nutritionist, no. But with my experience of cancer, going to the hospital always, hear the matron speak, hear the people from other departments come to lecture us, we learned that all this little food, eat in moderation, they all are important to you. Okay, you are not on sugar. If you now stop rice, stop yam, stop garri, stop everything, where are you going to get sugar from? Because when this thing break down, they become glucose. You need it. So, low sugar is worse than high sugar. So please, before you make any changes in your meal, in your drug, in everything, try and talk to your doctor. The doctors know better. They'll be able to tell you what you should avoid, what you should eat in moderation, or what you should eat always. Please, my sister patient, thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, ma,
Thank you
I
so much.
was asked to be taking sweet potato in place of rice and gari for me to get my
Who,
energy.
who told you that?
The doctor that did the procedures.
Okay, if the doctor told you that, there's no problem. I'm not a doctor. I will not cancel what the doctor said. So please just
Okay,
listen to your doctor. Follow your doctor's instruction.
okay, ma. But I was not. The whole process didn't go through in a general hospital. It was more like a referral from Lagos down to where I am. And now, because I'm feeling this way, I want to go to Enugu for a second opinion, for me to see, to meet oncologists, and they just do a total checkup on me, like you said, not just to sit at home, because I've not gone to the general hospital for me to see other doctors for them to examine me. So that's what I want to do now. I just wanted to know um, a little
Okay.
bit if it's because of the
Thank
food.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you, Mrs. Theodora, for sharing. Like she said, follow through your doctor, and if your spirit says you need second and third opinion, please go. I usually tell people, don't just follow what one person is saying. Ask questions, follow through. But let me share, in terms of food, there's no way you are not going to change your lifestyle. If you want to fight cancer, you must change your lifestyle. So there are two different school of thoughts. Some people say eat whatever, but eat in moderation. Another school of thought says don't eat at all. So it depends on you and what your body can take in.
Exactly.
Some of us are very daring. Like me, I stopped eating meat entirely, whether it's called fish, whether it's because I heard that there is an acid in meat, red meat, or whatever it is that adds to your cancer. I say, okay, bye meat. It will not kill me. Since 8th of August, 8th of January this year, I've not eaten all those animal protein. Even crayfish in my food, they have to ask me, should I put? But then, because that's a personal decision. If they say, and I can do it, if someone is telling you that rice as to your, because they're like, what we know is that cancer thrives in sugar, and if rice can come back to glucose and then sugar, and you can stay without eating rice, then stay without eating.
Exactly. Exactly.
So if those things that someone says to you, I don't like, I belong to this group also. Some of us are in that group where Metron will share with us like fruits and like all these seeds. I'm not doing all of them, but those ones I can do. I do it to the latest. Okay, rice is when they cook it in the house, and in fact there are days I cannot close my eyes and I'll be shouting on their head, especially if I have a guest, that you are the one making me to eat this, and I can stay for months. without even eating it or touch it small. So it's on you. You see, cancer is a personal fight, and there are lots of information that people will share with you. If you can go through our YouTube channel, we had someone from a registered nurse that came, I think in April, at all the sessions in April, the 2 sessions in April. She took us through nutrition, food that we can eat, fruits and vegetables, everything. You, as much as possible, eat vegetables and fruits, and so that
Yeah.
you don't take raw sugar rather than taking all those refined. And the rice that you're eating, can you eat brown rice? Would that make it easier for you to actually still eat your normal rice? Can you do oats instead of gari? All those, just, it's a personal journey and it's a personal decision. And it's just like whatever you think works for you. There are people who went through all the, like she said, carrot juice and everything. They didn't survive it. In fact, in the hospital, when I was still going through my chemo, one of my doctors said something like, there's somebody who did not go through treatment at all, decide to go through the whole decide to go through the whole what do you call it now, the natural way, but still didn't make it. There's so much about you listening to your body and not what some other people are saying. There are lots of information online, but listen to your body. Cancer does not also want fats. So if you're adding weight, there's a need for you to start reducing what you eat. But most importantly, exercises. I don't know how much exercise you do every day, but as a cancer warrior, as a cancer survivor, you need to at least move 30 minutes every day. Even if it's running down the stairs, coming up, like doing so many activities that will make you your lifestyle, you need to be active so that even the chemo, whatever you are taking, they find a way to go through your sweat, go through your urine, drink lots of water. But most importantly, keep researching. And if you have any need to ask someone question, don't wait till you come to a forum like this. Look for our numbers, look for the groups to join. There are lots of cancer groups that you can join to learn if you are new into all this. So like I will say, listen to your body. It's very, very important. Listen to your body. Okay, thank you so much. There's another hand called Lesho Adetutu. Please, if you can unmute quickly and share. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. Please, I want to ask a question about what's called chemotherapy. I actually had a double mastectomy and just 1 month post surgery. So what I want to ask is, before I had my surgery, my oncologist said that I should do 8 cycles, but my surgeon suggested that I do 5, since I was already done with the first 4. Then the other 4, but the lumbar has already shrunk to a very, very reasonable extent. So not to bore you, to the glory of God, I had a clear margin and no residual tumor after the surgery. So my question now is, my husband is of the opinion that I should just take like 1 more chemo section to make it 6, instead of the taking 3 to make it 8 for the new one, the what's it called, the paclitaxel, or what's the new one they added, carboplatin. Yes. So I just want to seek your opinion about it. Like, does having a complete response to chemo mean that I can actually take just 1 more and be fine, or I need to still actually take that 8 that my oncologist suggested? That's what I want to ask, if there's anyone that has actually gone through that journey the same way I am.
Mrs.
Okay.
Theodora, do you want to share?
Okay. Um, um, Madam, I think I will say you should see your doctor. Talk to your oncologist. Talk to your oncologist, because when I did my own cancer chemo the first time. At first, they booked 6 for me, and on the 5th course, my oncologist just told and said he's adding 2. So he has his reason. He's the one that is managing me. He knows what he's saying or what he wants to see. So I went ahead and added that too and did the thing. So it's better you talk to your oncologist. He knows better. Thank you.
Yes. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Thank you.
That's the same thing I would say. The fact that you've done your mastectomy, and then there's a clear margin, but your doctor is still saying complete your dosage of chemotherapy. I know that sometimes we look at money, or we also look at the stress and the whole wahala that this chemo, going through the process of not sleeping, and then all the side effects. And also there is this thing about, I'm spending so much money, but um if you trust your oncologist, it's also about trust. If you trust that this person has your good intent at heart, and then you've gone through this journey and you feel safe, please complete your dosage. It's better safe than never. And then you just like, okay, if I had known, I would have finished my chemo. It's not as if chemo takes away the disease, it just helps you to contain it, and you're taking all of the things. The chemo also killed some of all the cells, but then trust me, by the time you're done with chemo, and you can regain all your cells, because as a human, your body degenerates, and then after 7 days, while you're also doing water therapy and some other things, it grows back and becomes new. So don't be worried, especially for people who say, oh, the chemo is taking away my hair. See, my hair is back. The chemo took away my hair, but the hair is growing back and beautiful. In fact, now I'm doing shakara with afro. They'll say your nails, the nails are coming back after chemo. You are looking more radiant, and after the whole chemo process. But you need to trust yourself, trust your doctor, and also pray about everything coming into your body. That's the most important. Whatever is coming into your body, pray about it, but seek the counsel of the doctors. That would guide you very well. I can see a few other hands up, but then there's also a question in the chat that says, my question is on radiation. Is radiation really necessary even when there's no malignancy? If the my is there, even though there's no malignancy, did our guest speaker do radiation? Okay, Theodora, do you want to answer? Did you do my radiation?
Yes, the first time I did radiation, but the second time I did not. I did
Okay.
not, but the first one I did.
Yeah, but if there is no malignancy, that means if there is no, it's not cancerous. Why are you doing radiation? Because radiation also, there is a new test, new research that is saying radiation also causes another kind of cancer in the body.
Yeah.
If there is no malignancy, why are you doing radiation? Why are you taking yourself through that journey of burning your skin? And then please, I feel you can seek other opinion, but I feel if there is no cancer, because radiation does not just go to that place. We've not gotten that in Lagos. Every other cell around you, both your head, if your mind was up here, so every other thing here, even till now, any little thing, this whole place is still dead. Any little thing, it will start like peeling. So if there's no malignancy, that means you don't have cancer, and it's just the tumor. Remove the tumor, the place will heal itself, and you don't need radiation. But I don't know why you want to go through radiation. Please don't go if it's not necessary, because it has its own side effects. Some of us, yeah, we are yet to come out from the effect of
Side
radiation.
effects of care, yeah.
Yes. Everything that you do pertaining cancer, even the drugs, they all have its side effects. Please don't do it if it's not needed, really. Okay, there's a hand up. Akinode that's our survivor. I think she wants to add something. She's part of us in this journey. Okay, please, ma'am, you can unmute and speak. Mrs. Akinode, Fumilayo, you can unmute.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi, good
Good
evening.
evening.
Welcome.
Mrs. Theodora, our champion and our conqueror. Thank you for sharing tonight. God bless.
Thank you.
I am always glad when I when I hear senior survivors speaking this way.
Mm.
You really made me laugh. You are truly the master of laughter, and your laughter will never turn to sorrow in the name of Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
I just want to add, just like you're on a hormonal medication. I am also on a hormonal medication, letrozole, and it comes with its side effects as well. I've been having joint pain because mine cancer also metastasized to the bone. So I heard you, but I came in a bit late. You were, are you on any medication to your bone? Like for example, I am on a zolendronic. I was initially on a alendronic weekly, but later since last year it has changed to zolendronic infusion. So I take that monthly so as to aid to support my bone against the side effects of the letrozole. That is Femera. So that's my question. And I want to encourage our new babies in the house. It's always good to follow, just like Madam Flora said. It's always good to listen to our body. There's no cancer that is because our body differs, our immunity differs, our history differs. So we should, I keep telling people, I listen to my body and I tell my doctors when they are telling me it's supposed to be done this way, it's supposed to be done this way, I tell them I am the one having the pain. I am the one having the medication. So you can't know me more than I know my body. So I am going to tell you what you have to do to me, not you telling me. You can give your opinion and then give your advice. Well, I will first tell you, I am feeling this. I need you to do me this way. They were like, are you not a doctor? Are you a nurse now prescribed? I said, no, I own my body. I know where the pain. I know where what I am feeling. So you look at the pain and prescribe in that light. Don't do otherwise. And to the glory of God, that has worked for us. And to our sister that asked the other time about diet, truly there is no way you go if you really want to live a better life. There's journey through chemotherapy. There is life before cancer. There is life during cancer and cancer treatment, and there is life after chemotherapy. That the most important part is the life after chemotherapy. What you need to do so that you don't have a reoccurrence one, and so that you can go back at least to near the old life you're living before. And that comes with a price as well. It comes with change of diet, change of living, change of so many decisions that you have to take. Like in my place now, many people will say, you don't go out for party, you don't come out. I say, I know my body. I'd rather sleep and be in house, stay with myself, rather than me going out and say, because you get offended, to hell with your offense. I have to preserve my body. I have to preserve my strength. There are days I may be up over the hills. I can go out, I can do this. And there are days that I will not even leave the couch or leave the bed. That is me. So, as cancer survivors, we need to learn to respect our body. The first point of thing that your body will tell you it needs rest. Don't feel that, no, I am strong, I need to go out, I need to go to work, I need to do this. If you have to change job, so be it. If you have to change trade or whatever, there needs to be a total change of so that you can live alone and live well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Theodora, do you want to answer the question about whether you are
I want to
still on
ask a
drugs?
question, please. I want to ask a
Yeah.
question, please.
Uh,
Hold on a bit so that she can answer the one that was asked. Please hold on, Mr.
Yes,
Deputy.
she asked if
Um,
I'm on any medication. Just like her, I'm on zemetronic acid, but I take mine twice a year. That is every 6 months. Then I'm on Femara, and my doctor too asked me to be taking calcium and omega-3. So that is what I take to support my bone. That is just what I'm on.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Selfie, you've heard her, so I think sometimes we all need the drugs. Also, please, everyone, you can go through our chats. There are lots of information being dropped by the team, especially if you want to join the survivors community, where we need to support our baby survivors, especially those of us who have stayed 5 years and above. There's a need for us to come together to support our baby survivors, those who are less than 5 years in the journey. So you get to hear more about that, but you need to join our community to be able to do that. Please, it's not going to cost you any financial anything. It's going to cost you just supporting people, reaching out to them, holding their hands through the journey. Cancer is not easy, especially with Nigeria that is jaga jaga now. You are dealing with issues, life issues, you are dealing with family, you are dealing with you are dealing with so many things. So that's why we need one another to go through cancer. Like I mentioned, I can't do this alone. There are lots of people reaching out every day. When I say every day, lots of people. And sometimes I also need to breathe. So we need all of you to be part of this. Okay, I'm calling Mr. Detutu, please, can you unmute and ask your question, please?
Okay, ma. My question is very simple, ma. Like, what I'm talking about the radiotherapy. My surgeon is of the opinion that after completing the cycle of the chemotherapy, I don't need radiotherapy, because he said that radiotherapy is just 10% recurrence reduction rate, that he doesn't think I need radiotherapy with the results I got after surgery. But before I went for the surgery, my oncologist is just like, she has a routine that this is how she treats this particular type of cancer. You take this. So she's the plan of how she addresses her treatments like that. So between the surgeon and the oncologist, whose opinion is much more valid to follow? That's what I want to ask.
Okay, Adetutu. For me, I will say the opinion of the oncologist is much more to me than the surgeon, because the surgeon is just to do the surgery, but the oncologists know what to do. So if you don't really trust your oncologist, now why don't you seek a second opinion from another oncologist to know? It is better than following what the surgeon said. The surgeon, to the best of my knowledge, is not an oncologist, except if your surgeon doubles the two. If not, seek the opinion of another oncologist. Go somewhere else, find out, so that you compare, you have a second opinion. That is just what I have to say.
Thank you. And that's the same thing I would say. See, I know sometimes it feels expensive seeking other opinion, because if you go to another hospital, they will ask you to pay what do you call registration fee, consultation fee, but it's safer, really. Before I even agreed to do treatment, I visited 3 other places. Like, it was as if I don't believe anybody, and I don't trust anybody, even the Dr. Goma. I had to like research and also knowing that the cancer community, or in quote, it is now becoming a petroleum industry. So there's a lot of money that people are catching out, and even with equipment and with treatments and so many things. So when they say do this, if you're not satisfied, or in fact, whether you are, seek someone else. It's rather you pay 20,000 for consultation. Then we've also seen issues where someone is said, oh, you have cancer, it has metastasized to your bone, and this person will go to another hospital, maybe abroad, and they will say there is no cancer that we are seeing. And so this person would have, there was even a case we heard that they've already cut off, done mastectomy, and there was no cancer really. So you need to go, that lady will never forgive Nigerian doctors. There's nothing you will say, because she doesn't have one breast anymore. Meanwhile, there's no cancer anywhere. So please, as much as possible, seek second, third, pay that 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 to see another doctor, and get 3 or different opinions, weigh them and see, okay, where does my spirit accept. When I had to do my treatment, I went to Marcel Lutz. First, I went to Lutz. Lutz gave me this one. I left Lutz. I went to this. Now I'm in Evercare. That's how I'm migrating. If my spirit, for any reason, does not accept, okay, this is what I should be doing there. Even though some of like Evercare was more expensive when I did my treatment, but I feel like going to look, like sometimes I will go there. So many people are looking so depressed. I say, please, me and these people cannot do this thing here. As in, I need somewhere that breeze will be blowing me, sun will be, like I will be excited going through this journey. And that's for me personal. Some people go to Lut and do all their treatment and survive. But I couldn't stay there. I had to go to another place. And from Masalut, I've gone to New Eleke. You don't know where I'll migrate tomorrow. Because it's all about your spirit. If your spirit is weak here, you enter this hospital and you're not feeling peace, you find somewhere else. You need peace to survive your cancer journey. So many people are asking questions how to join the cancer community. Please, there's a link in the chat. You can follow us on social media. You can also drop your email or your number. We'll follow you. We'll follow through with all that. Please, it's very important that as much as possible, if you're a 5-year survivor, or even if you're just 1 year to 5 years, please join the survivors community. We want to build the largest community in Nigeria so that there are people holding hands to say, go through this journey. Doesn't mean that people will not die. If death comes, fine, but are you happy dying? It's not that you're dying, you're feeling bitterness. I remember somebody asking me, don't I fear death? I said, no, I don't fear death. Every day I just weigh my options. If there are people I need to help, I help them. If there are things that I need to do, I do them. But I find joy living my life now. In fact, there are things I wouldn't do before, especially spending money on some things. I say I'll save it for kidney. Now, in fact, I'll use the money to do something, because enjoy life as you are and live for tomorrow, and do something that people, if you're looking forward to something, cancer will not hold your peace. And some people say, oh, I'm not going to dress up, I'm not going to look nice, and Shebi, there is no man that will see me, I will not marry because I have cancer. I can't see married Shebi, Mrs Theodora married after her first, even when
yes, so I married with one breast, so
and even in our group, there is this cancer group. She just got married. She shared her. There is no breast, pata. And one day she was making a joke. I think somebody asked her how she's coping, being able to be naked in front of her husband. I said, well, she said, well, since she doesn't have breast, that they are managing her husband's breast. It's like life. The man should bring his breast. Let's manage that one. Since there is none. And she said that at home she doesn't cover. She just move. Life moves on, my sisters, and this is not just for people with breast cancer. Some of us, we not have breast cancer. We had the ones that is even choking us every day. We think about it, but then you move on. Life supports you when you support yourself. Okay, we still have one hand up, but our time is fast spent. We are going to give 5 minutes and then we close out. Please, for everybody who wants to join the community, please join us. You can drop your number, drop your email. We reach out to you when we must have put things together. It's going to be fun, and we are not spending money. You're not spending your money except you want to support that person. But it's all about holding someone's hand, go through this journey. We are going to share templates on what you need to do, how you need to do it, what you need to, even if you want to like go to the hospital with this person, some of us are outspoken. Some of us are not outspoken. There could be times you want, let me follow you to the hospital and ask for the doctor question. Some of us who want to start our church evangelism. There are lots of people in the church with cancer, but they are believing in Jesus and Virgin Mary. I did not say you should not believe in Jesus and Virgin Mary, but I said we also need to encourage them to go and visit the doctor. While Jesus is supporting you, you also need to help yourself. Faith without good work is in vain. The Bible also said that. All right. Adetutu, do you still want to ask question, or is this the former hand up? Oh, okay. She's brought down her hands. I think we are rounding off now. the team, they are already collecting numbers and email addresses in the chat. Please share if you want to join the community. Also, if you want to support anybody, especially that person that I mentioned, that young lady, she doesn't know where to start from, but we are hoping that we can support her with her mom. She's just a single mom with just this baby girl trying to find her way through her own. Her own is even metastasis because they've been delaying, and I just hope she can pull through and we can support her. That's why we are all here. And thank you everyone for joining. While we round up, please, Miss Theodora, your last words.
Wow. Like the other lady that's called me senior champion. I just remember that even in beer parlor, you know, they get seniority. So she just made me realize that I'm a senior. Even in cancer race, I don't become senior. Anyway, so we thank God. Please,
You are my senior now.
yes, now, even for beer parlor seniority day.
Toilet for you.
Okay, so what I wanted to say is like the other lady that talked about a woman who said she locked herself up because she's going through cancer. Please let us make ourselves happy. You do not need people to make you happy. Make yourself happy. Like one of the things I did and I still do is most times my siblings, we all come together, gather either in my house or we go to my mom's house where they are staying. We do granite party. Sometimes we do corn party. When you come there, when you hear us shouting from inside, you think we are having one kind of serious party. It's just granite, but we play music, we dance, we are creating fun. I'm making myself happy. I am making myself happy. So let us find a way of making yourself happy. You need to have that joy to go through this race. Life during cancer, life after cancer, like the other lady said, you need joy. And how do you get that joy? You cannot expect people to give it to you when you don't even have it yourself. When you don't have it yourself, you have to be happy. You have to make yourself happy. In so doing, you attract happy people. When you see anybody around you, a nagging person around you, please run away. You don't need them. A sadist, run away. Just make yourself happy. Attract happy people. And in so doing, you go through this phase without even knowing that you are going through something. So please, let's make ourselves happy. Do party just for yourself. Get corn, get granite, play music, dance. They will think you are in one club. Dance. Like that's why I love bongo music. When you are playing bongo, people outside will think that it's serious traditional music, traditional wedding. They don't know it's just granite. But you are doing it, you're happy. When you finish, you go home, you sleep joyful. And then cancer will just come and pass. The way it came, that way it will pass. These two will pass. So please, let us not give up. Those going through cancer, it is not easy, we know, but please let us not give up. Let's hold on. These two will pass. It will pass, please.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Amen. Amen. These two will pass. These two will pass. I like those words. Cancer
Sorry,
will
I
pass.
wanted to say something. I just saw this lady on skin haircut. Do you know that when cancer came back, even the first time I did cancer treatment, I was carrying my hair like this to the office because I don't know how to wear wig. So I go with Kwariambolo, and people are wondering. In fact, there was a day, the second time I was going through cancer, I went like this, and someone saw my husband, because my husband too is an immigration officer. They didn't know he was my husband or he's my husband. They were not talking. One now say, it's like this girl, this woman lost her husband. Hey, yeah, she lost her husband. My husband now turned and said, no, I am still alive. They not turned, are you her husband? He said, yes, I'm still alive. So why is she carrying her hair like that? My husband said, go and ask her. Because I tried to make fun out of anything that relates to cancer. I make fun out of it. So in so doing, I'm always strong. My hair, I have so many pictures. I went to Serbia Republic with my hair like this, skin cut. I met another woman from that national, but she couldn't speak English. She too was going through cancer treatment, but with this, she tied her hair. So when she saw me, she was saying something to her husband. So the way she was pointing, I realized that it was my head. And I turned, I said, chemotherapy? She said, yes. I said, oh, good, good. I did like this because me too, I don't understand the language. But that is how I went everywhere. Now I am on punk. I'm putting, when I put activator, it will coil. So everything about cancer is fun for me. And in so doing, what will you yab me? You can't yab me after all. It's not AIDS. It's not as if I went to sleep with somebody and catch cancer. So it's none of my business. Everything I make fun out of it, and I try to make it sexy. So my sister, you see this thing, Kai.
Well,
In fact, to support you, I'm going to cut my own just to support you. I'm going to go lower than this.
even
Yes, just to
this
tell
one,
you that
this one,
I feel
she
you.
has already given up. In fact, she's even enjoying and sharing her pictures on the group.
No.
So
Everywhere I'm enjoying it. I'm going to cut
it's
my hair
marvelous.
and go to support you. Please, this thing has happened. Let us try to enjoy
Yes,
ourselves while
thank you.
we go through cancer treatment.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you so much. Please, so let's carry our hair like that. Even during my own time, I carried my bolongolo like that. I didn't have to cover anything, wear any wig. Guinea. When I was taking picture, I think for my birthday last year, they say, okay, wear wig. And that's how I spent the little money I did not have to buy wig. When I now took the first picture, I now looked at it. This is not me. I threw away the picture. I said to the cameraman, please do my picture like that. If people will see me and they not like me, I did not wear wig. Even till now, I'm not wearing wig. I'm waiting for this to grow a bit. I'll go and do my dreadlocks if I'm tired of wearing low cuts. Please, your scar is your strength. When you look
It's
at
your
it every
strength,
time,
yeah.
you feel that you've gone through this and you are winning the battle. You don't need to be ashamed. You don't need to be ashamed of your fingers. You don't need to be ashamed of your neck. In fact, my neck was so dark at the time, but I carry it to work. I carry it to everywhere they go, waiting concern me. The way I even like package the whole thing, you would think that there is somewhere different. Someone talking to me at the hospital one of those times, and I was like, I go to chemo, dress sporty, or I'm on heels. You will not see me wear slippers. Like, what's happen now? I go to hospital on my heels, or I'm wearing sneakers. Maybe I'm doing sports or something, because life has to move, or you need to be fine. And the
Wow, her network is hanging.
more you are giving us. Thank you everyone for joining. I still see a hand. Okay, I'm going to allow Tutu to say something because I think everything is on her. Let her say something.
Cutting my hair. For me personally, one thing about me is that from the beginning of this journey, I've always been like one shameless human being. You cannot body shame me. So that's just me. So the reason why I carry my hair like this is I really want you to ask me questions because I like talking. Like talking is my ministry. It's very easy for me. Ask me, "Madam, you carry my hair like this now." Then I will start educating you. I'm fighting cancer. Okay, this is it. This is what it looks like and everything. So by far by force, you must notice me. So that's one thing that has been helping me to get to have conversation with people because some people will be wondering like, what's this lady? So by the time you see me like this, then you'll be like, babe, sorry, I noticed you were not like this before. What happened? Then like just today in the bank, I was in the bank today and I actually spoke to 3 different people. So I feel fulfilled talking to people about it. I don't really know much because I'm still very new. It's just barely a year. So, but at least I feel very, very relieved. Like the little I know, I still share with people. It makes me happy in a way. And then for me, there's nothing want to tell me that I've not told myself. If you say, okay, you look like Gorimapa. In fact, I look more beautiful with my Gorimapa head. So you cannot tell me I look otherwise. So not complaining. My children are not complaining. So I don't know what is that your own. There's a day a police officer told me, I was okay. That was a week after my mastectomy that they told me, sir, What do you have for us? I say, sir, no, I'm not sir. It's just my head. I said,
Truly, I feel that in
we're not yet.
2017, when I started, another came and my hair got off. I was in the office on that day, and this guy came in and now saw me. He greeted me and now was telling my colleague, he said, so this woman that used to be here, they've removed her. They brought a guy. The man he was talking to started laughing because he didn't know what to say. Me now that we always talk now, you know something that is your hobby. And I said, no, it is not a man, I'm still the one. He now looked at me, he said, what happened? I said, it's chemotherapy, my brother. Don't mind the devil, it's chemotherapy. The way I even put it, the man, he didn't know whether to laugh or to pity me, but he said, chemotherapy. I said, yes. He said, madam, and you are laughing? I said, you want me to die? In fact, with this kind of haircut, somebody has paid my bill in next supermarket. I went to buy something. One man saw me, was looking at me. He now turned, he said, how I wish my wife will cut her hair like this. I now said, well, sir, tell her to cut her hair, but don't wish because you don't know my story, the story behind the hair. I said, so talk to her to cut her hair, but pray that she doesn't get the kind of thing that made me cut my hair. When I got to pay, the man came to pay my bill. So every time I will go to Nest to see if I will see somebody to pay the bill, then nobody again agree pay. But at least that one, I enjoyed that one they paid. So in everything we must benefit.
We must benefit. So you will not kill me. I'm having headache already. Thank you so much. And that's the beauty of coming on this platform. Really, I can see so many of us. Mrs. Ifoma, Esther is here. Mr. Luffy Milayo, Kinode, everybody. See, this life is all about holding on to something, like laughing away all the problems. I know coming onto this call today, I was a bit down because there's a lot of pressure at work and then so many other things happening around me. But then we just having a beautiful family, thinking through cancer and not shaming ourselves. I will always say to people, they say there's stigma out there. I do not see. I've not perceived it. Nobody has stigmatized against me because from where now I'll be the one to even tell you that I have the cancer. So there is nothing to hide. So it's all about us feeling supported because we are all here, loving one another, joining our community. Please, like I still say, the link is in the chat, and also you can drop your number and your email in the chat if you want to join our cancer community. If you also want to support other people going through this life called cancer, is a life. There is nothing devilish about it. Please drop your name in the chat and follow us on all our social media platforms. Join what we are doing. If you know anyone going through cancer, please hold on to the person, support the person. I know we don't have time and we are battling on our own, but if we support one another, another person's support, before we know it, we've built a massive network. There are lots of people joining this call from outside the country, and we've had people from America, from the UK, even from Uganda, come here as survivors to be part of what we are doing, and that's our joy. The joy that we are bringing people, survivors, coming up to speak. Before now, you do not have survivors. Everybody is hiding. There is nothing to hide about cancer. In fact, these days when they invite me to speak about so many other things, even my personal work, I will first tell them I'm a cancer survivor and I love talking about cancer. That if they don't want me to take half of the time to talk about cancer, they should just allow me to speak a little bit about it, because I know if they say that amongst everyone 4 persons there is one cancer person, that means there are lots of cancer people going about their normal business without knowing how to deal with it. But because we are survivors, we are going to make things happen. And thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Mrs. Theodora. Thank you, Madam Laughter. God bless you, and keep putting laughter in your voice. And our regards to your husband. It's not easy going through this journey with a man who really cares and loves you and supports you all the way. So our regards to him. Tell him thank you on behalf of Flourish Cancer Wellbeing Initiative, and to all our husbands, to all our brothers and sisters, our families, who every time they are looking out for us, supporting us. It's amazing how far we've gone just because we have a good support network. every day we appreciate them. Please say thank you to them. It's not easy dealing with our wahala every day, but God is grateful for giving us so many people to support us. There are lots of people who do not have support system, but let's be grateful. Thank you everyone once again for joining through. And follow everything we are doing. We are going to share the recording of this one, and if you missed any episode, especially the one of the survivors hangout on our, please go to our YouTube channel or any of our social media. You will see a link for you to go and watch it. On it, we have someone who's already 23 years a survivor. She's a grandmother. In fact, she's now the baba of survivors. She's a grandmother of triplets. She even lost her husband along the way, but everything, she's still living her life joyously and grateful. Thank you everyone, and have a good night. If you have any questions, please share anytime we are on call. Next week, we are coming here again to meet another survivor who is going to take us through his journey, this time a man. And we are going to hear his own side of the struggle and how he's surviving despite what cancer has shown to him. All right, thank you everyone, and have a good night. Bye.